let's briefly discuss the new teaser spot for Amazon's Netflix killer, Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. We're not going to show the 1 minute clip here because I'm sure that Amazon would come after us, but it's basically slightly less than 1 minute. It's like 55 seconds. Cultured, can you describe this epic footage for us in a way that the audience will just visualize its spectacle and wonder?
Sure. The little teaser is merely a way to introduce you to the diverse characters that all appear to be watching the same event in the daylight sky for the most part. A couple of night scenes. You see a heavenly body, whether it be an asteroid or something, comet, descending towards Earth and just streaking across the sky. If you watch it without the music on, it has no weight whatsoever. It has no weight. It's essentially...
Well, it has weight, all right. It's weighing on my soul.
Well, it's just it's literally just a flaming ball flying through the sky, and when it lands, it crashes near the Harfoot, the Hobbit replacement person. And essentially, I would imagine that this is kind of the way that this story begins, or how they introduce the adventure itself. But that's me speculating. But no, you start out, I believe, in a cave with a what appears to be a black character, and it just goes through successively all the characters that we've been introduced to, including the two characters that have the forbidden love. They reach for each other's hand, and it that's it. It is just a rock flying through the sky, introducing you to all the diversity you're about to see.
Is it wrong of me to side with the rock in the sky and hope that it causes as much death and damage as possible when it reaches ground? Which I know it didn't, because we kind of like saw the shitty little explosion when it reached landfall there. I was like thinking, I really wish it would have been like a bigger comet, so we could have like a proper impact there. I mean, like the only cool thing about that series, the way that it looks at this point right now, is if a giant asteroid, the dinosaur killing size, had come and ended Amazon's Middle Earth. I'd watch that.
That's the other thing. As big as that thing is, it probably should, well, I don't know. We're not going to get, maybe not, but I don't know.
Let's just say
I'm not going to say it's a probe droid, but it's probably a probe droid.
Oh, yeah, it could be. Yeah. I mean, and that makes about as much sense as this whole series.
This doesn't even really look like Lord of the Rings. Didn't feel like Lord of the Rings. There was a lot of people looking up in the sky. It was a lot of this extended stuff from that we saw in the other teaser. I'd show it right now, but I'm sure Amazon would go after us.
Yeah,
they won't put it on YouTube for some reason. We could probably surmise the reason. They don't want to get ratioed to fuck.
Exactly.
But evidently, I think this is a teaser trailer for the actual trailer that's supposed to come later this week, evidently.
Yeah, it's available. Exactly. That's exactly. I think the 14th or 17th. I forget the date, but no, they actually in the article I was reading.
I think it said the 14th. Yeah.
Oh, then we can look forward to it being ratioed when it's
but when you watch it, and if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it right now on your Amazon account. But when you watch it the first time muted, I promise you, there's value in that. Because
why do you keep making me try to watch this thing over again?
Just watch it without, because it has no weight.
It's not worth a minute and a half of my life, man.
If it were not for the musical score and everything behind it, there would be no weight to it. You'd be like,
I don't even think that's helping, to be honest with you, Culture.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
No, like this feels very fucking generic.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, you could have told me this was, some other medieval generic fucking sword and sorcery story. I've been like, all right.
To me, it looks like fantasy meets aliens. Right?
I was just gonna say, you know what? I was just thinking that in my head. You know, it'd be an infinitely more interesting show is if it was like aliens visited during medieval times.
Mm-hmm.
Hell,
that would be fucking interesting.
I mean, we're not doing Lord of the Rings here anyway, so why not?
Exactly. Like, I'm like, now you got that idea in my head. I might write it.
Yeah, and the hard
With all my other
you'd
imaginary
write it far
projects.
better than the two dillweeds who are actually show running that thing.
Well, hey, you know, you don't just come up with Nunchuckosaurus out of no place.
Yeah, exactly.
It takes talent.
Nunchuckosaurus is gold. That's franchise gold right there.
Well, duh. Like
3
at least
pictures.
6 movies. 6.
Oh, well, 3.
2 trilogies.
Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah, so needless to say, I don't know if anybody's really looking forward to this in reality. I think more people are looking forward to the train wreck that it's going to be. I mean, I know some people that are kind of looking forward to it, but yeah,
I'm looking forward to it for content.
I think most people are. I think that more people are looking forward to all of the various YouTube videos that are going to be spawned from this than the actual series itself.
Yeah.
I really think so.
Indeed. Oh, he goes a few places. He goes to Hawaii and space.
Should have gone to this version of Middle Earth.
Yeah, and he'd eat all these fuckers.
Yeah, exactly.